Ladies and gentlemen, I'm David Mazet. Good morning. And today, we'll make a quick video. I want to tell you why I love mechanical throttles so much and why I'm going to use one on my 5-rotor, Mazet Formula 5, as opposed to the modern drive-by-wire setups. So the year is 2023. Technology is very advanced, and we have two choices for throttles for cars, race cars, street cars, any sort of automotive application. It's either drive-by-wire, which means that the throttle is controlled electronically, or mechanical, utilizing a cable, where the cable comes in here on this wheel, and it's what we've always known for many years. So nowadays, pretty much every car you buy comes with drive-by-wire. It's not a choice. And there's many reasons for that, because drive-by-wire is the best in terms of its functionality, its performance, its efficiency, its safety, all of these things. Like, for one, a drive-by-wire, you can control the throttle mapping. So you can determine if you want the throttle to be more or less aggressive in first gear versus second gear, and also different conditions like rain. It can also help you with traction control. It can also control your idle speed without having to have a separate idle air control solenoid. There's many things that the drive-by-wire can do, and it's pretty much the end-all be-all. And that's why every car is drive-by-wire, including the fact that it can blip throttle on downshifts. And if you have a car with high overlap, aggressive cams, something like a peripheral port rotary, like what I'm building, it can be very difficult to drive a car like that. And the drive-by-wire with the tuning allows you to dampen the throttle response. So you say, well, David, why would you go with a mechanical throttle after you just listed all of the benefits of drive-by-wire? Well, it's because this mechanical throttle literally has absolutely no of those benefits. It's all cons, and there are no pros. And that's exactly why I want to use it. So you would say, well, that doesn't make any sense. I don't get it. It's 2023. Why don't you get with the technology? Because the reason I am building this car is to create a specific human experience. It's to create a specific human emotion. It's not about competition. It's not about performance. It's not about being the best or the fastest, the most efficient. It's not about any of that. It's not even about racing. It's about the feeling. It's about manifesting this concept, bringing it into reality to experience a specific feeling. And in order to have that feeling, we must have constraints. If we went into a video game and we played on God mode and we were able to enter all the cheat codes and everything was unlimited, we had unlimited powers, unlimited health, unlimited weapons, it wouldn't be a game anymore. We wouldn't have a feeling. We wouldn't have excitement because everything is just way too easy. Right? You're experiencing the game, but you're not feeling the emotions anymore, right? So I am trying to build a car, and I am building a car that is going to create a feeling in 2023 when you get in it and start it up as if you were in a 1990s race car. Now, we will put technology in there that makes obvious sense, like fuel injection and computer systems, and maybe going to solid state relays instead of mechanical relays and things like that, maybe modern fire suppression, things like this. But when it comes to the ultimate feel of driving the vehicle, we want to keep things as period specific as possible, not because it's having to be stuck to the 90s, but because I believe that a 1991 Mazda 787B or a 1990s V10 Formula One car, these era like Group C and the rally cars and all of that stuff from that era, the Ferrari F40, the McLaren F1, all of these cars, we cherish them so much. Why is it? It's not just because they're historic, it's because of the feeling, the human connection, the human emotion.
Up for it tomorrow, as you say, to make amends in the race. If you haven't got the greatest car for qualifying, have you got a good one for the race?
We really don't know. We didn't get any long runs yesterday. Oh, that sound is just so good, man. I mean, it's the greatest sound of a racing car ever. What? I hate that they got rid of it. Yeah.
So with a mechanical throttle, it is now up to you to decide how the car drives. Do you remember when you first learned to drive stick shift, the rush you would get, the feeling of having to blend off of the clutch? You're in traffic, you're having to pull your e-brake to keep you from rolling back. Your stomach drops because you hope you don't stall in front of traffic. You got to be real careful with your throttle control so you don't blow the tires off or you don't stall the car. That's what this is about.
Alright, so the key is you got to use the clutch in and out, unless you're going to be moving. Right? Just use the clutch, it's okay. You got it. Perfect.
Now, when you couple this with a 5-rotor, you have so much horsepower that is all dependent on how you actuate this plate in such a lightweight car with massive overlap, an engine that wants to die because it's choking on its own exhaust gas, that brap, 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 brap. And then when you tap this throttle, it's aggressive and you have to be smooth and you have to be assertive on how you use the throttle. You can't haphazardly just tap the pedal. You can't be sneezing and accidentally hit the gas pedal, or you might spin off the road, man. So it's all about throttle application, paying attention to it, feeling that feedback between you and the throttle pedal and the cable. All right, I'm going to use an air actuator to actuate the downshifts to blip the throttle. And then not to mention that it's fun to be able to be under the hood working on the car and rev it and actually feel the vibrations through your hand of snapping the throttle and seeing it and feeling it work.
Oh my God! Thank you, brother. That's it, man. Is that enough for y'all? Is that enough? Is that enough? Is that enough? Is that enough?
On demand, right? So that's why I'm using a mechanical throttle. I realize that it's not going to be as good with performance. I realize that I can't control the dampening. It's going to be harsher to try to drive this sort of car on the street. I'm not going to have the ability to do traction control through the throttle itself. But my gosh, we're going to have the ultimate human experience. No power steering, no air conditioning, no traction control, none of those things. We just want all out full racing experience. The harder it is, the more difficult it takes to build the car, the longer the process is, the more struggles you go through, and the less fail-safes and nannies and sort of support type things to help you with the car, the more it's going to contribute to your overall experience. So when you go and build the car that you want to build, do it for the experience. Don't do it because you're trying to keep up or you're trying to compete. Do it for the experience you want to create, because that's what life is all about. Thank you guys for following my channel. David Mazzei Formula. I'm very excited with all the people that have contributed to this project, everyone who is supporting. Thank you very much. And please continue to follow. And I'm going to be back on YouTube soon. Thank you again.